Campers, how is your Monday? Hope you're going well. It's Andy here with another Ask Andy Anything. Really quite pumped for this one, and I'm quite looking forward to just getting one or two things into the airwaves that will hopefully spark a little bit of action in some of you. First things first, though, my friends, if you have any questions, either pop them in the comment section or send me a text on the number below, or you can also post a comment in just below this video, and I will see it quite happily. So I'm happy to answer any of your questions. First question I want to ask of you guys, though, how is your start to your week out of 10? Post your scores on the doors as per usual, my friends, just so I can get a gauge as to how you lot are all kicking on. Gang, I'm going to do a blanket ban on Arsenal fans soon if a certain Arsenal fan doesn't keep polluting my airwaves with his drivel. Anyway, how's the start to your week, my friends? I'm getting some scores on the doors as they're coming through. Maxine, so I've just breathed that in. Maxine, a solid 10. Yes, my girl. Good to see. Good to see. Tell me why it's been a good week out of 10. More evening, Paul. Hope you're going well, my man. Arsenal are looking okay, mate. Nothing better. You've won 2 games. Seriously. Honestly, it's like what's the AFL comparative? It's like Melbourne. Like, as soon as Melbourne win a couple of games, everyone seems to think they're going to win the flag. You ain't going to win the title, mate. Arsenal. No, not going to happen. Anyway, so, my friends, I've got to be straight with you, right? The weekend for me, and for a good part of today, actually, has not been my best. I've not been at my best form, and I'm not going to lie. And I'm not just talking about this show. I'm just talking about, day to day, every day, all day sort of stuff. My form has dipped a little, if I'm being completely frank. So I sort of, whenever my scores on the door start to sort of dip a little bit, it means that I have to reassess everything that I'm doing and the things that I'm consuming, and then work out what it is that I either need to change or what it is that I need to turn off, what I need to stop paying attention to. Whatever's dragging me down, I will be able to find and then work out from there how I need to rock and roll moving forward, right? And you lot may not have noticed it, but generally speaking, I can get up for these sort of shows and stuff. But outside of these little broadcasts, I have been a little bit down. And there's loads of people that are like that, right? And to a much greater extent than myself. And I completely understand why. I really understand why. I really want to just break the back of something if I can, though, and hopefully one or two of you good people will be able to sort of engage with this with me and hopefully help our space, particularly in Victoria, but it is percolating around the country, all right? It certainly is percolating around the country. It's to this whingy, find any reason to have a good bitch and a moan on social type narrative that is doing nobody any favors now in any way, shape, or form. At the end of the day, gang, we all are a bit miffed, to say the least, about the things that are going on, the decisions that are getting made, the various political sort of, various political sort of broadcasts and all that sort of stuff. We all know that we're all a bit pissed about the situation that's going on, particularly in Metro Melbourne, right? Let's just take that as a given. But my friends, there is a campaign now. The RAIB have given us a vehicle to get behind and to really give that stuff a nudge. So now I want to turn the attention to you good people, to my friends, my brothers and sisters in real estate land, wherever you are across the country, and ask you, what is whinging? How is whinging helping you? Right? This is all stemmed from, and part of the reason why I came to work out what my issues were, right, was because I had a chat with a couple of different people today, and they both said to me that they've spoken to a stack of agents and whatnot. And there's a lot of agents right now that aren't doing any phone calls. They're not putting any effort into their work right now. They're just sitting and keyboard warrioring and whinging and moaning and all the rest of it, right? I get that we're all struggling because of what's going on, but we need to actually get into our heads, gang, that the only people realistically that you can trust to make changes that are going to help you is the dude or dudette in the mirror, right? I think the other thing that sparked this sort of flame in me off was there was a video that got put together from a stack of real estate agents in New South Wales, and it had this really dramatic music on it, right? Which kind of, look, I appreciate the effort and appreciate the sentiment, but at the end of the day, gang, none of us are starving. None of us, right? Look, some of us might be on the verge of really struggling financially. We might already be struggling financially and all that sort of stuff. I'm not belittling anyone's particular situation, nor am I comparing it to anything else. I'm not going to come on here and say, don't worry about it, gang. It's not like you're dying, or it's not like you've got AIDS or something like that, right? Because at the end of the day, your problems are your problems. Your problems are your problems. And it doesn't matter what other problems other people have. If your problems are enormous, they're going to feel enormous, irrespective of whether someone says that to you time and time again. Okay? But, and this is a big but, what are you doing to change your circumstances? What are you doing to make changes in your game? Okay? That's what I really want to ask and get out there, gang, because I think there's been a hell of a lot of carrot type stuff going out there, but I think it's getting towards the point now where we need to snap out of it. Because ultimately, gang, us real estate professionals, one of the things that we are really, really good at is working ourselves out of situations that are tough. We are very, very good at it. We do it on a regular. PMs have to deal with it daily. Sales guys, when you've got particular, tough negotiations, or vendors that are really stressed, or buyers that ain't coming to the party, you are thrown into tough situations day after day after day after day. That's our job. So you're going to be able to get yourself out of this situation one way or another. All right? You know you are. So what is starting to really baffle me is when I'm hearing about people that aren't making phone calls, that aren't putting the effort in. They're just waiting till it all kicks off again, and then they're going to kick on. Do you not realize how much further behind the game you are putting yourself? It's kind of like people at sports ground that are really good, really, really, really good, having a right good whinge from the sidelines. But at the end of the day, if they get asked to put a shirt on and get involved, they won't. Ultimately, gang, you've got to take control of your own destiny at some point. And I really hope that I can shake some sense into some people. Because the regurgitation of anti-Dan Andrews stuff, or the regurgitation of, why isn't the REIV doing this? Why isn't the REIV? Look, the REIV is doing what the REIV is doing, and they're doing whatever they can. What are you doing to help you? There are plenty of people in Metro Melbourne, for example, that are still transacting. Do you think that they are special in any way? They're not. And we're not even just talking about, low-end six-figure properties or anything like that on the sales side. There's numbers of seven-figure properties getting sold via virtual inspection, for example. Why aren't any of you giving this? Why aren't loads of you giving this a go? At the end of the day, gang, you will only get criticized for not trying to move your clients forward. If you're thinking that you've got a pipeline that you can attack as and when the doors open again, okay, as and when they open again, Do you not think that they're going to be looking at other people on Facebook, other agents, your competitors on Facebook that have got themselves off their arse and tried some new things? Do you not think that your potential clients are going to have their eyes wandering off towards those people that are trying, at least trying to be proactive? Now, I understand, right, because of the length of time that we have been tied down, one of the big issues that is becoming very, very apparent is people are losing track of their purpose. And look, I just had a little wobble on the weekend as well, right? A little wobble. If you're really struggling to keep focus on what your purpose is, why you are doing what you are doing, then a couple of bits of advice that I pray you get on top of over the next 24 hours. You need to, for one, you absolutely need to reassess your goals. 100% need to reassess your goals. If you haven't looked at your goals at least a few times, at least sort of 4 or 5 times, if not, you should be doing it daily. But if you didn't look at your goals at least 4 or 5 times last week, you have to get your goals reassessed. You need to give yourselves some time to get your goals looked at. Has to be done. At the end of the day, gang, if you've got nothing to aim for, if you've got no goal to shoot at, you've got no chance of scoring anything. It's as simple as that, gang. So you've got to reassess your goals. And once you've reassessed those goals, once you've actually looked at your goals and thought, right, are they really relevant to me now with everything that's gone on? Yes, no, maybe. Chuck out the ones that aren't, set some fresh ones. Give yourself something to aim for. Even if, right, I would be a fan of seeing a bunch of people just write some short-term goals to be done between now and Easter. Even if you just do that, because let's face it, there's such a degree of unpredictability going around, right? And to say that you've got like 5-year goals, 10-year goals, whatever, I do still think they're relevant, but I understand if you want to be a little bit more short-term with your goals, I would do them to Easter. I would set your goals out to Easter because the market will move through Christmas and New Year, no doubt. So just do some set goals through to Easter. And then once you've done that, reverse engineer your processes back from those goals. This is stuff that you all hear about so often. It's never been more important than now. It has never been so important. If you haven't got goals to look at, you will have no drive to keep going. It's as simple as that. And I know, look, like I said, man, I'm not belittling anybody's problems because ultimately they are your problems and you treat them, you feel that they are, you know, big, okay, within yourself. And that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But you have to have something that you can focus on through this fog, through this haze, through this clouded mind that so many people are under right now. Please, gang, reassess your goals, and then for God's sake, I'm like begging you to look at them at the start of every single day. And I'm talking before you crack on, if like your routine is to get out of bed, go have a shower, before you go in the shower. Please, you have to, because otherwise you're going to fry. You will crash and burn. Your competitors will absolutely get ahead of you, and then you're screwed. Okay? You are. But it's in your hands, my friends. It really is in your hands. It's in your destiny. And if you think I'm talking shit, just have a look at the people that are transacting at least 1 or 2 every single week. That's not through blind luck. It's through getting out there and at least giving yourself a chance of succeeding. But bear in mind, gang, what you do now will echo forever. It will echo in eternity. You will be making impressions on your client base, whether you realize it or not. If on your Facebook feed, all you are doing is bitching, and moaning and pissing about the government or about this, about how hard everything is and blah, 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 it will reflect on you as a business person. And ultimately, gang, all this whinging is serving to do is throw a big fat anchor on our increasingly growing arses. If anything, it's like me. I went for a run today, by the way. I went for a run today, and I can't believe how much I wanted to keel over afterwards. Honestly, man, that was a massive shock to the system. Anyway, please, my friends, just do yourselves a favor. Focus on you and your goals. Snap out of it, because you are forming habits that will be so difficult to get out of. All of these people, if you're one of these agents that's sitting back and not doing a lot and just enjoying the time off, you will not believe how much ground you've got to make up. But you can make it up if you get onto it now. You can. And not only that, if you sit on your arse and don't do a lot until the gates open and all that sort of stuff, or if you are interstate, right, and you are going through a quieter period of the year and gearing up for the busy time, then gang, it's going to be such a shock to the system. You will struggle. You will try and catch up, and then you will fry and burn out within a couple of weeks. Me and my brother-in-law were having a good chat about this earlier today. He's in real estate, but he's not doing a hell of a lot on the real estate front. He's keeping things warm and he's keeping things ticking. But him and his wife, my sister-in-law, have set themselves up with a little business, just doing some courier work, right? Just to make some money and keep fresh in the brains. Keep that work ethic going. If you don't keep your work ethic going strong, if you don't keep it firing up, it's like any sort of muscle, gang. It will get flabby and you will end up really struggling to get back into gear. So please, look, I don't give a stuff. If I've hopefully shocked one of you into action, then this will have been worth it. All right? So gang, get your asses in gear. Get your asses into gear. Enough whinging. Enough. Look, at the end of the day, if some of your competitors are being arseholes and putting us all at risk by doing stupid inspections and stuff, that's on them. You just whinging about it and making it as an excuse as to why you're not doing well and they are. It's irrelevant. There's plenty of stuff that you can do to still be at success to some degree. All right? Tomorrow night, on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, Australian Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to give you 5 things that you can action today, that moment. You can action it immediately. And if you start doing them consistently as a minimum, you will enhance your probability of success out the back end of this. You're going to want to tune in tomorrow night. None of them cost any money. They are all free exercises. I'm going to give you 5 of them. And they are no excuse exercises. They are not anything that requires any degree of any description. None of it's rocket science. So please, my friends, if you think that that's going to potentially help you, if you're really struggling to find anything to do, I will give you 5 things to do. They will help you. Whether you're in PM, whether you're in sales, whether you're in BDM, whether you're a director, really doesn't make a blind bit of difference. Tomorrow night, I will dish out 5 things that will 100% help you and your business move forward. And you can do them from that. No excuse stuff. No excuse stuff. All right, gang? Don't know about you, but I'm getting a bit between my teeth, and I reckon you lot need to too. Because some people that are winning. If you're not even giving yourself a chance to win, you are losing. You are going to lose, and you will keep losing. And if you keep carrying on about the stuff that we know is there, all you're going to do is alienate yourselves from your marketplace. People are looking for lights at the end of the tunnel. They're not looking for more tunnel. All right. I hope to God that helps a couple of people. I really do. It had to be said. It had to be said. Question here from Nicolas Cannavaro. G'day. From March 2021 in New South Wales, big one, this one. In March, you can just about see me. From March 20 in New South Wales, assistant agents rep in Victoria must complete their license course within 4 years or leave the industry. They can return 12 months later. From March 2021, as an assistant agent, you cannot sign up anyone on a contract of sale, and you cannot sign up anyone on a sales or rental authority. Now, will this come to Victoria? Hope it does. Sorry, you can't see me. Let me peek over there. I hope it does. I hope it does. I like that. So basically saying that agents reps, the equivalent up in New South Wales, will not be able to do sales authorities or rental authorities. I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all. Quite like it, actually. That sounds all right. That sounds all right. I don't know what the inner workings are right now. One thing I will say, all right, so I'll mention this now. On October the 5th, I have been invited to a bit of a roundtable with a couple of powers that be with regards to the education sector and all that sort of stuff. And if anybody has any suggestions like that, I will post a couple of questions between now and then that I would really like some feedback on, because I'm happy to go into bat with some really, really good ideas. I'm not going to take in bullshit sort of nonsense. It will be constructive ideas, okay? So I'm really looking forward to it, actually. Should be awesome. And I'm really, quite privileged to be asked to go and have a yarn to the powers that be. So, yeah, things like that. I like that. I do like that, actually. It'll be interesting to see how long that's been in play for. I might give Leanne a bit of a shout on that one, actually, Leanne Pilkington, and see the back end of that first. But I don't mind it at all. Other questions, gang. What other questions do you have? Why does Manchester United suck so much? My brother from another mother with another gavel, Harry Lee. Mate, Man United suck because of the fact they have this attitude that they think they deserve everything. That's my opinion on it. I think also, oh, for the love of you guys definitely need a whole new set of defenders. You need to go spend some massive, massive coin on centre halves for mine in a big way. I think Harry Maguire is okay, but he's clearly a little bit sort of put off at the minute with a few things. He needs a partner in crime. So it's a bit like you've got Rio Ferdinand. You kind of need a Yap Stam to go with him now. So that's another reason why they suck. And because I don't like them. Manchester United, I've always hated them because they were always winning everything when I was younger. So we got taught to hate them. So, yes. PMs should do a traineeship to become a PM, as it's never about what you learn in class. There should sort of be some sort, maybe there should be some sort of, what's the word? Not probationary period, because that's just a normal contractual thing, right? But generally speaking, though, I would hope that a lot of real estate firms have that assistant PM role now before you drift into full PM. I'd hope that no one is going straight into the property management side full whack, because that's like sacrificing lambs. Like there's full like lambs to the slaughter stuff, that, if you ask me. You need to get hardened up before you go and take on a portfolio for yourself. I really genuinely believe that. Having seen it firsthand with my wife, like she hardened up, and she'll say it. She'll be the first to admit it. She hardened up, got herself a tough skin, and now she's an absolute rock star in the space. Not that you'll ever have her do this sort of stuff, right? She's way more talented than me. I think so anyway. So, gang, any more questions have we got? Have we got any more questions in any way, shape, or form before I love you and leave you? Tomorrow night, there will be 5 things that every single real estate professional can do. and it will help your business. Of that, I will guarantee you, if you're not doing them up to this point. I'll give you 5 things that will absolutely help you if you do them consistently. But for now, my friends, me and my gavel that are very, very, very lonely right now are going to love you and leave you. I think that's part of my problem, right? I think that's why I was getting a little bit sort of Debbie Downer on Saturdays, because it's like I was like singing a bit of Lionel Richie to my gavel, hello, because I was just that desperate to call something. And I don't think it helped. I had a training session with Harry Lee, actually. We had a bit of an auction sparring session, because you got to stay sharp, right? You got to keep improving. And I think that just made me miss what I love, to be perfectly honest. I think it did. Man, I miss my auctions. I really, really do. Anyway. So, my friends, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any questions that you want to flick through, please do let me know. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5 things I will give to you for free that you will be able to implement in your business like that, as long as you've got one of these, and you'll be able to do it for free. And it will help your business now, in the medium term, and pretty much forever. All right, gang. Love you. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Most importantly, though, my friends, stay happy. Take it easy.